Hello and welcome to Needing a Meeting. My name is Carol. Oh, shoot. I messed up. I didn't plug my microphone in, so I don't need these. Can y'all hear me okay? Hey, my other's keeper. Hello, Rolling Stone. Good to see you. Hi, Miss D. Hey, Hanny. Hey, Crystal. Hi, Lord Kiss Freak. Ms. D, you can hear me. Okay, we can hear you, Carol. Great. Okay. Well, it just won't sound as... Usually it sounds a little tinny and echoey when I don't have the microphone plugged in. I could technically plug it in, but then I'd have to refresh everything. Anyway, hello. How's everybody's day been? Mine's been a little strange. It's been raining off and on, and the mama goat wants to get out and graze, of course, but the little babies really should not be out in that rain. And it looks like it's getting ready to rain again. So I've had to take them in and out of the barn here and there. They are good, Henny. Thank you. And thanks for the smile compliment. So yeah, Christy has a show tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be on her channel. I'm not sure. Anyway, I know a little bit and not everything. Hopefully she'll be on here to talk about it some more here pretty quick. And hey, Kristen.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right. It's been a busier day than I expected, and a whirlwind of stress all of a sudden as soon as I walked in the door. So just trying to chill out a little bit.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. It's been a little bit of that kind of day for me too. I've been nose deep in genealogy in addition to checking on the babies and all that good stuff.
Ooh, what about genealogy?
Well, we have a lot of family books to the different lines in our family, but what we have not had is much in the way of knowing where the Kings come from, which is King is my maiden name.
Okay.
And so hey, Matrix. I'm sorry you're not feeling well. So what now? Hi, Tara.
So it's trying to trace back for your family name at this point.
Yeah. My goal is always to find the ancestor that immigrated over to the States.
Gotcha. And where would they have immigrated from? Do you know?
No, not exactly.
Okay.
I'm guessing either England or maybe Scotland or Ireland.
European.
Yeah.
Okay.
When my ancestry DNA came back in, I was white. Just your boring old white bread, you know.
I love how you put that.
Hello,
Oh my
Izzy.
goodness. Oh, Izzy.
Zelda, I have not heard of the Mace energy method, and I don't know what that is. And you just came across it today, huh? Their names could have been changes at Ellis Island. Yeah, Matrix, there could be any number of anything. This may have predated Ellis Island because in the 1700s, I'm finding some Virginia connections that I haven't been able to confirm with records.
Okay.
So
okay. All that I know is that when my family immigrated to Canada, so I'm second generation Canadian on my dad's side and first generation on my mom's side.
Yeah.
So on my dad's side, our last name got changed when my grandmother and grandfather immigrated to Canada. It was supposed to be DOS at the beginning of our last name, and they put it as DE because there was already too many Doves. So they had changed it.
Oh.
Yeah. So for me to go back any further, it was just like, why doesn't this make any sense? And then my grandmother had told me that, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense now.
Were you able to find any connections after that?
I honestly hadn't tried very hard after that, and I'm thinking
Okay.
about trying again, but probably not for a little bit. I got too much already.
Right on.
And
I appreciate that, Lord Kiss Freak. Thank you. Yeah. So,
the energy
yeah.
method, okay.
So what's new with you?
Well, I helped a friend today with her kids, which was really nice, kind of get some wee human time in. It was wonderful. And it's good. I've got 2 and 4-year-old French. That's enough, right? For now, at least to watch them.
Yeah.
And then I got in, like literally in the door, and they were just like, well, we heard that Granby might be having a spot open, which would be closer to where Wee Man is.
Okay.
It would make a move into an apartment a lot easier. But I also get Wee Man this weekend. So I ended up having like a burst of stress because I email the social worker saying, well, how much notice would you need if drop off and pick up location changes? They need a week. And then I've also got the workers here saying, well, we need you calling every day. And it's like, okay, I'm a little bit overwhelmed with the fact. And the social worker that I just spoke to, she's like, you did what you needed to do for the day. You called, there was no space. I would call tomorrow.
Yeah.
I would explain the situation and say, I can't come until Monday.
Yeah.
If a space is open. So just unknowns, and all of the unknowns, it can get, the best way to put it is nauseating to me, because then I start spinning a little bit in my head. Nauseating.
Oh.
Because I start spinning a little bit in my head, and then that physically manifests.
Oh, wow.
So, and then I'm like, okay, so how do I deal with this now? But just, you know what? I told Gabriella, which is the worker who's my case manager here, I'm like, I'm going to go on meeting. And then after that, I'm just going to crochet. And that's going to be my evening. Because if I don't do that, and I do things that aren't going to fulfill me, then I'm not going to be able to chill out,
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, we're just going to do our best to chill out tonight. And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. If you were able to get into that other shelter, would the custody arrangement change?
No.
Oh.
Because it's not close enough to get Rowan to school daily.
Oh, okay.
So if it was close enough to get Wee Man to school daily, that would be different.
Okay.
And then I would have to go through the supervised visits to then go to 50-50. But it's still not quite close enough for me to be able to get him to and from school with a busing system. So, and then if I did use, there is a public transportation system from Cowansville to Granby, but it's a little bit difficult. And we would have to be up ridiculously early every single day. And it's at an hour. It's like, okay, that's just a little bit much, especially for a 6-year-old. If it was me, that's a different story.
Yeah.
But for a 6-year-old, it's a bit much.
Are you going to have to go to this other shelter?
By the sounds of it, yes.
Okay.
Because I've been here for a while. And I sent an email to housing today. We tried calling as well this morning, just to see if we could get a narrowed down date a little bit better instead of, soon. Yeah. And the person's voicemail was full.
Of course.
So, of course, yeah. So then we ended up sending an email, but I ended up having one of the workers send an email just to kind of explain the situation better and in terms from them, not just from me. And then hopefully we get an answer. I was hoping to get an answer back today, but I have a feeling this person might be on vacation if their voicemail is full. Okay. And if I didn't receive an email back yet.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming Monday I'll hear something, but who knows if that'll be another soon answer. So it's just a lot. It's just a lot.
And so if you have to call every day, do you have a contact?
It's
Besides that
just
person
the
that just
general
has to
number.
okay.
Yeah, it's just a general number that I would be calling. They took my name today, which they haven't done in a while because I have been calling at least a few times a week. Well, for almost a month now.
Oh.
So, no, over a month, basically since the last court date.
Okay.
Because it's closer, it would make a move easier, like everything would just be a little bit easier. And today they took my name, but I don't want to put my hopes in, oh, they took my name, and then being told after they take my name, well, I need a week's notice before we can change the pickup and drop off location. Now it's just a bunch of complications. Nothing in this situation since I left can be linear. Nothing.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Do you know why you have to move? Did they tell you?
Because I've been here for quite a while.
Oh.
So it's typically 3 months and then you move on. So at this point, I've been here over 3 months.
Okay.
So they've been fairly understanding about it, but they've also got other heads and people to answer to. And there's only so many exceptions that they can make, right?
Yeah.
So I think we're just getting to the end of the line with those exceptions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be neat if your housing situation changed? Do you know how that's looking?
Well, that is why we sent the email today, so that I can maybe get a better answer than soon.
Yeah.
But again, voicemail, and so far I haven't seen a response on my email. The last time I checked was about 10 minutes ago. But they're closed for the day now. So maybe I'll get something tomorrow, but my gut's telling me that I'll probably hear something Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So just thank you, Jen.
That's
I know I'm
on
going to
the
be
house
fine.
and getting to actually have your own place in, right? Do I have
Yes.
that right? Okay.
That's right. That would be getting an apartment and like on the public housing side. So I would only be paying a certain amount of my income a month, which would be highly beneficial because in that area, I can't afford the price of apartment without some sort of subsidy.
Yeah.
So that's the difficult part because it's almost like twice the amount of my income that these apartments are going for in that area.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I need to make sure it's a 2-bedroom, and I need, there's the whole bunch of factors that I need to factor in to be able to get Wee Man 50/50.
Right.
So, like I can find something a little bit cheaper, but then I'm going towards Montreal, which is the opposite direction.
Yes.
And then there's no way that I could be doing 50/50. Absolutely no way. So the options are limited to basically 1 to 2 towns. Which, meh, so be it. What can I do? But I know that things are going to work out eventually. It would just be nice if something could be a little bit more linear and less, whirling around and spinning over itself. So it was nice to have some kid time today. That was really, really nice. But I miss my kid. Yeah, I miss my kid, and I wasn't expecting to be. It wasn't even bombarded. Just it felt internally bombarding when I came in the door. Yeah. But all in all, I'm okay.
What do you know, Lord Kiss Freak and Crystal? What's up? How are you?
I think I'm kind of in the same boat as you, Stacia, right now.
Yeah.
Kind of mixed news today. I talked with one of the ladies that lives in Donview, where I'm trying to get in.
Okay.
And she said, your best bet is probably just go straight to the mayor, who is actually part of the board, because the 2 ladies in the office have been doing a lot of lying.
Oh,
Oh,
And this lady had actually taken something to the mayor, and he was quite surprised because he had been hearing something totally different. And she had evidence that this was what had happened. And
okay.
so, and then just before I jumped on, I got a quick email pretty much saying, we're looking at your forms. We're tabling it until the next board meeting
Which is, do you know?
next month.
Oh,
oh my
I don't
goodness.
have that kind of time. So I guess tomorrow, Kim and I will be phoning the mayor.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
So,
yeah.
and she also said an email to the MLA. So
What's the
we're going to
MLA? I'm
start
sorry.
member of parliament,
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
the local one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's where that stands. This lady that has been there also told me that she knows of at least 2 or 3 apartments that will be opening fairly shortly.
Okay. Are they affordable?
Oh, they would be in that building.
Perfect.
Oh, okay.
And with that, it is subsidized. So I think it's 30% of gross.
Okay.
So yeah.
Right
That'll be
on.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would.
So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens
Yeah.
Yeah.
and continue to fight. And if I have to, I will go to human rights.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Because the thing is, if they're sitting there, if they're going to say anything about the fact, well, oh no, you can't have 2 animals or whatever, it is my basic human rights as someone who identifies as someone with a disability to be able to have my sport animals.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Yeah. Like I know that in Ontario, I'm more versed in Ontario, it's illegal for them to say you can't have animals, whether they're support animals or not.
That's right.
Yeah. So like it's confusing to me why it's not like that across the country, but I'm more versed in Ontario than I am any other province.
yeah, I don't completely like. All I know is that when I was looking into what Saskatchewan law was for what I needed to say that I have support animals, all it says is a letter from your doctor.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And you already have that, if I'm not mistaken.
yes,
Okay. Okay.
it's very short and sweet and to the point, but
Well,
she's also a new doctor to me, so yeah.
Okay.
even
So
then,
yeah,
short and sweet and to the point is basically all that they need.
well, it more or less said, on talking with this patient, she said she needs both of them, or both animals as service animals. And that's
Okay.
about all she said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So, but yeah, she doesn't really know me because I've only physically seen her once in the 4 years that she's actually been my doctor.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
My doctor actually retired just after COVID started. And this is the doctor that she referred me to.
Mhm.
So I've talked to her a couple of times on the phone, and then she did my pre-op when I had an operation in October.
Okay.
So, but,
Yeah.
and then on some exciting news,
Okay.
and
Yay.
I'm happy about it. I moved back to the sales floor from being in the offices in October of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been working with our home office to try and get some proper fixtures for some of my shelving. And they came today.
Nice.
That's what that picture was. I was a little bit confused, and I was like, it's wrapped up, pallets, and I'm just like, I don't really have the time to read the caption. I'll go back after.
Yeah, I've been working with home office, and the shelving that we have has been obsolete for like 17 years. When I built the shelving 17 years ago when we opened the store here, and it's gone obsolete somewhere in there, and we never got the new shelving. And so they've actually had to, because we don't have the larger shelves that the bigger stores do.
Okay.
They had to actually build a prototype to get into our store. So it's literally us and 2 other stores that are getting these shelves to see if they'll work.
Oh,
Okay.
So it's
fantastic.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's exciting.
tomorrow I get to play in the pillows.
Perfect. Perfect.
So,
Well, how are you, Ben Fire and the Whole Turner, Lord Kiss Freak, Chris?
I'm just here to keep an eye on him.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That wasn't hot.
No.
Not at
Which one is that one?
all.
Tube of terror.
Okay.
It's all good.
It's all good? It's all good in the hood?
Perfectly
Our
fine.
own personal Needing a Meeting Streets, LA?
Oh my gosh, I forgot how hot those things are. Yesterday, I made the critical mistake of having some of this on my fingers.
Oh.
Put a contact in.
And
Ouch.
I was amazed at the quality of pain that was. I mean, it was instant redness.
Oh,
It was like getting shot with pepper spray, and essentially, it is.
well,
Nose just... It's like,
yeah?
this is good stuff.
Oh my God.
Mildly kinky, but mostly painful.
My-
But it's okay. It's a learning experience. Now I learn not to do that again.
Ben, you missed it. I'll do it again.
Oh my. Oh my.
Oh no, you guys.
He's going with the tincture.
Oh, these two just egg each other on, I swear.
So you have a channel, Lord Kiss Freak, am I right? Have you got any stuff on it?
I have 2 videos from a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, Henny had just put up your link there.
Yeah.
Lord Kiss Freak is part of the reason why I know for a fact the whole Canadian thing is a conspiracy and it is alive and well.
Which Canadian thing are we talking about?
He's covering.
The Canadian invasion.
Oh, goodness.
Oh my gosh, that's freaking
You've
hot.
got your spray post, right? Your aerosol thing?
No, unfortunately.
It's a dropper.
Oh, no. Oh, no. No cooling down for you today. No cooling down.
Oh man. Yeah, blame Canada. Yeah. They moved 90% of their population close to the US border too. More evidence. William Shatner, he's in on it. Loverboy, they're in on it. One of my heroes, Neil Peart, he's in on it. Rick Emmett of Triumph, he's in on it. Yeah.
Little do you know, every Canadian's in on it.
Yeah, they're all in on it. Oh,
Oh, the reaction is just amazing every time. Yeah, Jen, I'm surprised that we
There
don't
she
live away from
is.
the border together.
There
There
she
she is. We were just talking about you
doing?
earlier.
Where are you?
Yeah.
Nice. All
No, I
good, I
wasn't
hope.
hurting Ben.
So give us the deets.
Yeah.
So I have, last I checked, 30 subscribers. I started off this morning with like 14. So that's going good. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., unless something just goes way sideways, I will be interviewing Tommy.
Are
So
you able to go live?
that's what I've got to check. I tried earlier and it looked like it was going to let me if I went live on my laptop.
Okay.
So I'm going to check that this evening and make sure that that's good. If not,
Okay.
then we'll just reschedule. But I'm hoping that it works because we're both on Eastern time right now because he's in the Carolinas. And that would be so much easier because
Yeah.
otherwise, if it's like 10 in the morning here, it would be what, 7 or something like that there,
Yeah, something like
I
that.
Yeah.
just checked and you're at
you know.
37.
I'm at 37.
I've been
Yes,
posting your link everywhere.
thank you. That's what I heard. You and I Am the Noise Opera have been my biggest cheerleaders. Ben, I'm disappointed. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, call
Jeez.
out.
So Rolling
Enough
Stone
of
is wanting
before.
Rolling Stone is not understanding why you're blaming Canada, Mr. Ben.
I'm
For that reason right there. That reason right there.
he's right here. And I know somehow he was the author of it. Although William Shatner predates him, still, no.
Just no.
John Wayne, no. Lauren Green, the original Commander Adama, and what else was he? Head him out, move him out, move him out, head him up, head him out, move him out, rawhide. No. He was Bonanza. Sorry.
That was just entertaining.
Yep, Red Bull. Yeah.
That's how Ben's gonna cool down his mouth today. Right there.
Lord Kiss Freak is trying to kill me. Granted, I could say no, but no, I can't.
You could.
No.
Peer pressure though. Peer pressure.
Tommy agreed with me. It's a challenge. You can't say no to it. It's just, you can't.
I blame Johnny. He started it all.
And now he's blaming all of Canada because he started it.
Yep.
Go.
Oh, God, no.
Zelda, yes, I'm going on my channel. That way that it drives traffic to my channel so I can get some more subs. But then Tommy's going to announce that he was on my channel for an interview. So it'll be exciting. I'm excited. And of course, I'll still be here with Meeting a Meeting, and I'll link everything up. And I was talking to Anik and something about Discord, and so I'm excited. I'll be in all of the places apparently. We'll see how it goes.
Look at you go! Holy cow!
I know. Well, I was like, so I was listening to and actually so I was listening to Maya Bialik's breakdown because I do like her podcast, video, whatever. And that's kind of how I want my interviews to be. Just so you get an idea of like, what it is. So I want him to be more not the stuff that they talk about all the time. I don't want to just have Tommy come on and just talk about bank robberies. Like, we know that part. I want to, hear things that make people interesting, and like how they overcame adversity and all of that kind of stuff.
Right.
And so anyway, I was watching her. She did a thing with Jeff Foxworthy, and he goes, in life, there are moments where you just have to hold your nose and jump into the deep part of the pool and go for it. And so I told Tommy today, I'm like, this is that moment. I'm just plugging my nose and jumping into the deepest part of the ocean that there is, and praying to all things that I swim. or that somebody throws me a line and saves my life if
That's what good mods are for.
Yes, I'm very excited. And I wanted to say, yesterday they were talking about the vagus nerve. And I know that, Carol, you've been kind of, like looking into that and doing some stuff with that. So she was actually talking to the guy who, I don't want to say discovered it, but, really did all of the research in the 60s and 70s on it, and really is the top guy. I didn't get all the way through it, but it was really interesting. And, but yeah, so that's, I thought I would share that with you, so, but that's kind of how I want it to be. A little bit of true crime sprinkled in, and like a little coffee chat maybe, and that kind of thing. So it'll be lives, and it'll be pre-recorded, uploaded videos, so it'll just kind of be a lot of different things. But I want to try to keep it live, because I think I'm more funny when I can interact with people. Otherwise, I'm just like this random chick who tells really odd stories. So, I think that's where it is connecting. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm excited for you.
I am too. I finally see. Michael didn't even know. So it wasn't until just the other day he even realized we were on YouTube.
Oh, funny.
Like, oh, he's like, "You're on the internet," and I'm like, he's like, "Oh," because I do Facebook Lives every other Saturday in a group, and he's really cool about it. He's just like, "Yeah, okay, well, whatever." So then I told him, I was like, I think I should start a channel, and he's like, "Okay, sure. What are you gonna do?" And I kind of told, and then I thought, like, little videos of where we're at, like the places that we're at, or pictures, stuff like that, like cool little things like that, so people can come along. And I was like, who knows? Maybe I'll get a crazy makeup sponsor, and some big RV will be like, "Here, have a $2 million RV on us, and film everything." And I'll be like, "You got it." So now I don't know that it's going to get to all of that, but it's kind of fun to dream, right?
Of course. Of course.
I'll take free makeup. Somebody wants to give me free eyelashes and glue, dude, I am in. Send it. I will give you my mama's address.
I love it.
She'd be like, "Stop having them send eyelashes."
You have enough eyelashes.
Right. But I just did want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed, and everybody who worked hard behind the scenes. I appreciate it very much. So yeah, but I'm excited, Yeah. I mean, if you're going to manifest, right, you might as well ask for it all, That's what I do. Ask for it all, and then something, or better,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes.
I
yes.
love it.
So that's what I've been doing.
Well, Jet has not been behaving today.
Oh,
He has not been playing well with others again, and chased Edgar into the woods, where he's been hiding out. And I just heard him bray, and I'm hoping he's not chasing anybody around right now. He had Monique by the neck, and had her up off the ground, biting her neck.
aw.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about him. It's like, since I've had him, I haven't lost as many chickens, so he has been a protection. But if he's hurting my goats, I can't have that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, they're the goats. They're over there, and they look okay.
Good.
And they make me so nervous. My dad had always told me that sometimes if a horse is around a baby lamb that's been born, the smell of blood makes them crazy, and they will just pick up the baby and just hurl it and kill it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's the same thing with a donkey, but they're probably close enough in what they are.
Yeah. That's what I was just thinking. I wonder if the babies affected this at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too. Well, yes, I am a rolling stone. I am getting jet fixed, but I don't have a trailer to put him in right now. My husband and a friend that lives almost an hour away, have been working together to get the trailer fixed. I've got to be able to haul him to the vet. So it's one of those things.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
It's one of those things I got before I really thought it through.
Subs.
I've
My
seen
neighbor is
that.
helping get him home.
Who's a 48?
Yeah.
Big old stock trailer. Stallions will kill foals. Okay.
Mhm. That's
Not
why
necessarily.
we never had stud horses. Like okay, that's not entirely true. We didn't work with stud horses because they were just so high strung and really difficult. And honestly, we didn't even really have a lot of mares either. Most of what we had were geldings, just because they were a lot easier to manage. I can't see it. What's it say?
No,
Does it?
51.
Huh?
What is it?
You're 51.
I did it. Well, actually, I didn't do anything. I was out shopping for groceries.
Well, yeah, I think you need 50 subscribers or something like that. Or I don't know if watch hours are factor into being able to go live or not. Are you going to do a test with Restream?
I am. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to do a test with Restream later tonight and just kind of see. So I'll drop the link and let everybody know in needing a meeting. That way, you guys can come on and I can figure out how to give you all,
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jen Marie has been grocery shopping with me. She has. But yeah, we didn't do anything with mares, and we didn't really do anything with stud horses.
Now, is a gelding a male or a female?
A gelding is a male that's been cut.
Yes.
So
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And it's a lot easier because you have the power. Because when you're roping and doctoring and stuff like that, you need that testosterone kind of power, not that mares don't have it. They're just a lot more tricky, and they are very moody and can be difficult. So growing up, we never had female animals. Sweetie and Shitty Kitty are the first female animals I have ever had in my life. They were all guys. So when I got them, I was like, what is this? Wait, I don't like it. Which is why Shitty Kitty sets in judgment of everybody, and Sweetie just, chews on everything.
I kept thinking I was mishearing the name of your cat. Sweet little Christy. Sweet, innocent Christy, who never does anything wrong, naming her cat Shitty Kitty. Okay.
Oh,
she does nothing wrong. She hucks cheese at people, okay?
Threatens you with turkey legs. Yes. Well, see, we always let our animals kind of name themselves so that, it fit their personality. And with Shitty Kitty, Michael's like, oh, we should name her Freya or Luna or, whatever. And I'm like, no, that doesn't fit. And she just kept being shitty. And I was like, stop being a shitty kitty. And then it just stuck. And then in the Bible Belt of Kentucky where I lived, that was kind of difficult because, a lot of people don't like to cuss. So then I had to come up with a different name. And at the time I was watching the TV show Lucifer, and they call him Lucy for short. So I was like, Lucy is a chick's name, Lucifer. Okay, that works, because she is kind of a devil cat, And she does. She sits there in judgment. But then when the dogs bark, she gets in on it and she kung fu fights. So,
God.
but she only wants you to love her when she wants you to love her. Other than that, don't try to love her because she gets sassy and mean. And Michael's like, yeah, she's just like you. There you go. When she doesn't want to be touched, she doesn't want to be touched.
Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. And sweetie, but she, we found her in a holler. And so she steals food, and she will, fight over food and she's totally food motivated. And then Mikey, he just wants to be a lap dog and hug you. So you've got 80 pounds of German Shepherd lab mix trying to jump on you and love you. And then Sweetie's trying to steal your food. So
oh my goodness.
It's a disaster at my house.
Everybody just gets involved. That's all.
I know. They all have their own. It's like me. They all have their own weird, quirky, unique personalities that just shine through.
Yes.
I feel like you say they're like me, but I feel like Michael has to be a little bit like you too to be able to understand and get along.
It is so funny. Like, gosh, he really, he's very calm. Like, he doesn't yell, he doesn't get mad. He's just very calm. I remember the first time I heard him cuss, it really took me by surprise because I cuss like a sailor and he was a sailor, and he's like, maybe you should slow down. And so that's when I knew it was too bad. But he was working on a car and he just threw the socket across the road, and he was like, and I was like, oh my gosh. But he's the calm one of us all. I think it's his military training though, truthfully. We've got to have a calm one. Otherwise, God, could you imagine?
I love it.
Oh
goodness.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, go ahead.
No.
I was just gonna kind of talk about StreamYard and Restream. I tried for 3 weeks to get StreamYard to link with my YouTube channel, and I never could get it to link. I even worked with their customer service. They didn't seem to be able to help me, and so Restream had it within 48 hours. They had my channel linked, so that's the only reason I'm on Restream is because I couldn't get StreamYard to work. And with my channel.
I've got Restream. I looked into it, and it works with Android, whereas because that's what I have, and StreamYard didn't. So I went with Restream.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah,
we'll see.
There's that too. It also works with Chrome.
Does StreamYard work with Apple then? Or is it only laptops it'll work with?
It's supposed to be a little bit more Apple compatible.
Gotcha. So everybody who's doing all those protesting live streams must be using Apple product then. Got it. Okay. I was confused. I'm like, how are you guys getting this working? But now I understand. They're probably all running off of Apple.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're caught up on. Sailors is how I keep track of which side of an aircraft the red light is on. When in port, sailors go red light district. Oh my.
Yeah, therefore,
When I was in
red lights on the port side, which is the driver's.
Oh, that is true.
when I was in Elko, Nevada, I ended up in the red light district on accident, and I didn't know where I was. And there were a bunch of my friends going into, like, guy friends, obviously, going into a brothel called Mona's, and I'm like, hey, and they're like, no, and I'm like, why? And they're like, Christy. And I didn't get it. So this guy that I had a huge crush on at the time, TJ, like, pulled me aside and whispered in my ear, and I was like, oh, I'm not talking to you. I stomped off. And then, like, the next day, they're like, do you want to come have breakfast with us? And I was like, yeah, let's go eat. But yeah, totally did not know where I was at. That was not a good situation. Hey, act like somebody.
Does that work?
It does. It works with my husband too, by the way. I'm like, act like somebody. And they all just kind of, who's she talking to? It's good to have universal commands. Then everybody just locks it down.
Yeah.
I found that out with lots of kids.
A moment of silence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Sorry.
something, you know.
Oh. I'm super excited for that interview tomorrow. It's gonna kind of like
I am
give me
too.
that little bit of light in the right now. I don't know if you caught the
Yes.
first part, Christy, but I can fill you in later. It's
Okay.
I watched the kids, and then I got some, like, I wasn't bombarded externally. It was more of like an internal bombardment. So it was like, okay,
Oh,
so I can explain it later so I don't repeat myself on the same stream.
right.
But we're trying to move to that other shelter, which I've been calling a few times a week
Oh.
since the
Oh,
last
good.
court date.
Well,
So the only thing
awesome.
is, you know, finding the spot and then also coordinating all the logistics.
Oh yeah.
That's the
Oh,
best way to
that's,
put it.
you know, and there's nothing worse because you've got to, like, get all your stuff, pack it all up, load it up, you know, make sure everything's taken care of there, go to where you're going, unload it, get it all organized, you know, and then you're
move
always,
again when the apartment's ready.
yes. See, that's why when we get somewhere, I don't like moving hotels. So I always, I'm like, I do my research before we get there, and I make sure, like, I read the reviews, I look at the areas that it's at, everything. And when we got here and we had to move, I was just like, ugh. Even though it's not a lot and it can all fit in my Acadia, it's still not fun to, like, pack it all up and load it, you know, and then unload it again. So
Yeah.
So
And then I'm
yeah.
gonna have the fun task, everybody, and I didn't share this yet, of emailing my lawyer to email other parties' lawyer with my list of things that I expect back. And I'm expecting a fight, and I'm expecting to start from zero. So, but I still want to try. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still want to try, and it's only beneficial to me. And what's the worst scenario? I can say no, or they can say no. You know, marketplace on Facebook is a thing. I saw a face there, Carol.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to get this comment to come up and it wouldn't, and so
Okay.
it gets to it's getting to this point where there's a lag
Oh.
anyway. So I may have to stop putting up comments.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm wondering
Don't
if
want
there's
to.
a YouTube thing today because I'm freezing a lot today over on my phone, and the computer keeps doing the
Mhm.
thinking circle every so often.
Mhm.
I just
Yeah.
assumed somebody had the microwave on.
So what had happened was the chat was moving up. I was trying to put a comment of Tara's up.
Okay.
It didn't. It got it nabbed the next one to put up, and then when I tried to get it to go up and do her comment, that's when there was a lag. And anyway,
Right when you
I have
don't
to
want
give
the
up.
lag.
Right. Tara, I wanted to ask you, how are you doing with that situation that you were talking about on the other stream? I just wanted to touch
Yeah.
base with you. Like, are you? I mean, you don't have to go into details that you don't want to, but are you doing good? Are you okay? Like, do you feel better about it? I was thinking about you the other day.
Yeah, I've been thinking about you too. YouTube was glitching for me like gangbusters yesterday. Well, hopefully they're doing some improvements that are going to stop unsubscribing people from channels.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The one where your friend like asked you to keep a secret, but it was pretty detrimental, that one.
Yeah.
If you know how that went for you. Sorry, you've got a lot of situations going on. I think that's just the energies right now, like there's so much going on.
And if I'm not mistaken, you had explained maybe like a month back that this is kind of the year where everything's going to start sorting itself out.
Yeah.
So all of the situations are going to happen, of course, to start sorting itself out.
Right. And it's not going to be fun either. It's going to be kind of
Of course not. It's life.
Right. And then we're getting ready to go into eclipse season, which causes some wonky energies too. So April 20th is going to be particularly wonky. So brace yourself for that day. Say a few extra prayers for yourself, or just be mindful of what you say and how you say it and who says what.
I've got important dates right before and right after that.
Well, it's eclipse season is always tricky too. Kind of get into that.
Yeah. So the answer was that one. I've decided that it's not my secret to tell. It's a tough spot I'm in. People are probably going to be mad at me for keeping it a secret, but not my secret to tell. So that's all you got to say to them if they're mad.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you were able to, find something that you were comfortable with, because at the end of the day, that's what matters. These are your friends and your friendships, and you have to do what makes you feel comfortable. And I'm glad you at least got that one sorted out.
Miss Sunrise Dawn wants to know what's on April the 20th.
That's when the energies of like big events happening is going to be the strongest. I also do think that eclipse, that total, the path of totality eclipse, I believe, is on April 20th. It's right in that.
Holy really? Is that customary? April 20th being a powerful day?
No, not particularly. It just is this year, because of the way everything's lining up. Yeah.
I was just wondering. That's when Columbine. It's also Hitler's.
Oh.
It's Hitler's birthday.
Yes.
Well, maybe it is.
And also, I think wasn't the Oklahoma City bombing? Crud, I have to check that.
I wouldn't know that one.
But yeah, April 20th is a big day.
And it's a big day for potheads. So
yeah, I was gonna say it's 420. I didn't know all of those things. That's very interesting. So maybe it is. Yes, full moons are very exhausting, and that is really a thing. Some people cannot rest well during full moons. I mean, it affects the tides and things like that. So it really is a thing.
Yeah.
Even for people who don't believe in, some of the more,
I paid attention to the last one, and I decided that my emotions are the tides that get affected. So
yeah. Well, and it's a proven fact that there's more, just bad behavior on full moons. My mom is a nurse. She would always, she's like, we hated full moons, but they also had a lot of babies born on full moons too, like literally. So my oldest was born on a full moon on Halloween. So
oh my God, that's amazing.
yeah.
Halloween's my favorite holiday. Like, it should be a day off, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, and she's every bit a Scorpio. It's really funny. When she was little, she thought everybody was celebrating her birthday with her, and so she was about 3 years old, and I finally had to tell her. I had to be like, no, sweetie, like, yeah, people are happy that it's your birthday, but this is really a thing, and your birthday is on this big day. And it was really funny. She's like, well, at least everybody gets a treat on my birthday. She was so cute about it.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Steppenwolf was also Canadian, along with Red Rider. A lot of people won't recognize them.
I did not know that about either of those
Back to the
bands.
Canadians, aren't you?
Hun-
Come on,
Honey-
there's
Honey
3 of
Moon
us on
Sweet.
screen right now. Half of the panel is Canadian.
Honeymoon Suite.
Corey Hart, Brian Adams.
Oh, Brian.
But so
Did
is
you
Nick.
say Gordon Lightfoot? He was Canadian, right?
Yep. From Aurelia, actually. I used to live in
Hey.
between Aurelia and Barrie.
And don't forget Justin Bieber. My daughter had a big crush on him when she was younger. He's from Canada.
His mom was from up here.
Oh, was she? Oh, wow. Wow.
Shania Twain lived an hour away from here.
You're only an hour away from Finnan?
Wow.
And
Alanis Morissette, my cousin from Ottawa.
and another
Your cousin?
She
I know.
really
Can
is your
you like,
cousin?
set up an introduction because she's a hero.
I don't even know her.
another band which I take as a personal insult, and I know that Lord Kiss Freak is behind it. Bachman Turner Overdrive is apparently Canadian.
Yeah.
That is fully
know that.
due to
They're
him.
from Alberta, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, there's some good Canadian reasons out there in the world, right?
Well, I got to admit, I'm a Nickelback fan. I know it's not popular, but
Hey,
I do like me some Nickelback.
And this is why we get along, right there.
Tommy Chong was Canadian.
Was he really?
know that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Who's that? Who'd you say?
Tommy Chong.
Oh,
That makes sense then why he goes to Barrie often enough then. There's a head shop in Barrie, Ontario where he's now been every other year for the last 15 years. So we're coming up to a year that he should be going there. If anybody wants a signature, believe me, go to Barrie.
there you go. I love Leonard Cohen. Oh my gosh. My sister-in-law introduced me to the song Dance Me to the End of Love. And when I first listened to it, I thought it was a love song and I loved it. And then I realized she told me it was about the Holocaust and it changed the way I hear that song. But I love his voice. I love that song. He's amazing. If you've not ever listened to it, go check it out. Dance Me to the End of Love by Leonard Cohen. It's a really great song. Very beautiful.
Gives me chills. It gives me chills.
Yeah.
There's just something about Leonard Cohen's voice that, like, every time I hear it, I get chills, like the full goosebumps and everything.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I love it when people can do that, like just give you the chills.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, Anne Murray. Oh yeah, I forgot all about Anne. Man, that's like 80s country right there.
Neil Young?
Neil Young.
well, and the whole thing with Nickelback is actually an odd thing of how the media can
Mhm.
start, because it all started with the comedian. He was just making fun of Nickelback. He was saying, "Now, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
on Nickel," and somebody picked a hold of that, and somebody said, "Oh, I love this guy." Therefore, and it just took off. And the thing is, everything
Yeah.
that Nickelback's, they've been criticized for being commercial, but I'm sorry. Um,
What is it?
yeah. You mean the
Mhm.
second you get popular, you're accused of being commercial. So you're supposed to suck the entire time, I guess. And
Well,
at least we're honest. But yeah,
Right. I thought they were great, and Goo Goo Dolls. I don't know where they're from, but I really liked Goo Goo Dolls too.
yeah.
And they
Sarah
got accused
McLachlan.
of
There
being
you go,
sellouts.
Jen. This-
oh my God, yes. I was listening to some Sarah McLachlan on my walk back today. That was so good.
Right on.
So good. I've got to like do my best though to like not just start singing in the middle of the road because one, I'm going to be singing in English and I'm just going to get all of the looks. And two, with the cat ears going, that just a whole combination of nope.
Oh, yeah. I love I had such a crush on Johnny Resnick. Oh God, his eyes. I was just like, please. But I mean, it doesn't help if somebody is good looking that's singing too. I mean, it's more important their voice, but
Well, to musical people, yes, but they need to cater to everybody.
you know what? I love Jewel, Matrix Rabbit. There is
Yeah.
now. I was recommended to listen to this. I'd never really listened to this person before, so don't come at me. But Joe Rogan did like a 4-hour interview with Jewel, and she went through everything. And I tell you what, well, first of all, she's from Alaska, and I love Alaska. I would live there if I could. But there was a lot of things that she talked about that I really connected with, when she was talking about being homeless and when she was talking about things being really tough and deciding things. And I mean, just her story. And her mom was a really bad narcissist who stole millions of dollars from her. And
Yeah.
oh, yeah, left her broke. And then she was married to Ty Murray, which also, I had a crush on Ty Murray when I was younger too, because he was a bull rider and that was the thing. But that is really good. If you've not ever, go check that out. It literally is 4 hours long, but it is amazing. And she talks about how she does all of this work with her charity that's based out of Ohio. And if you know anything about the states, Ohio, Kentucky, those are two very resource. They need a lot of resources for poverty and things like that. Yeah, it was amazing. But I like the way she sings. I just like her.
She's inspiring. Her story is inspiring, but also just her music's always just been something that has touched me. But then again, I'm a female artist, and before my daughter, my whole goal was to be on Broadway. And then I had my daughter and I was like, oh, that's not happening anytime soon. So, maybe in my 40s.
And yeah, she is from Homer, and that is the coolest little town ever. Like when they told us to go to the Spit, I was like, what's a Spit? I didn't know it was like this little chunk of land, but that just kind of was out in the middle of the ocean. But if you ever go to Alaska, go to Kenai, go to Homer. It's really cool. It's really cool to see the Russian influence too.
Really?
The Russian Orthodox Catholic influence there. Yeah.
I didn't realize that there was such an influence there.
Oh yeah, actually, the distance between Russia and the States is not as far, as people think. Now, it's not like you can't just stand on the shores of, like Kenai Beach and look over and see Russia, but it's not that far.
Wow.
It's really not that far away. And when the land bridge was still there, like way back, the Bering Strait, people walked across it. So that's how a lot of people got over here, is they just walked across the Bering Strait, because it was, and I thought the thing I think is really cool too is they call the indigenous people, the original people there, they call them First Nations peoples. They don't call them Indians or, anything like that. Like, they call them First Nations peoples. And I like that, because it gives them the honor of what they were. They were the first people there. And I like that, Uh,
We do that
yeah.
too.
Yeah, I like that. I like that,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
Oh, yeah. The Homer spit's great.
is anybody needing a meeting for anything? We-
No, I'm
Sanity?
good.
No, I'm joking.
No, I'm doing good. So,
Yeah.
Right on.
I had a
I
rough day, but it's a lot better.
I wanted to get the little bibbies out again, and since it looks like it's
Yeah.
not raining yet, and I want to check on Jet. So
Give us
yeah,
stern talking to.
I can't see the goats or him now, and I need to get
Oh,
Edgar
no.
out of the woods. Poor thing.
Yeah,
Oh, yes,
yeah.
that's right. Edgar's hiding.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, I will let you guys go so you can go take care of Edgar and all of that. And I'm going to take these two out because they have not been OUT in a while and they probably need to go, which is why they needed to be told to act like somebody.
Yeah.
And yes, so hopefully by this time tomorrow, I would have had my interview with Tommy. And
Yes.
yeah, so we'll see.
When,
We'll see how it goes.
when I get back in from getting Edgar in, do you want to do a test? Do you want me to do a test with you on Restream?
Yeah, that would be perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can
Okay.
see if that works and all like that. So I'm super
Okay.
excited. And again, thank you to everybody who subbed and helped. Lord Kiss Freak, I appreciate you so much. So
Yes, thank you for
you were
advertising.
awesome. You and I Am the Noise Opera. I know you two were like out there just getting me subs, so I appreciate it. And I will see you all tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Good
Thank
night,
you,
Crystal.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
Rolling Stone.
Yes. Have a good night,
Yeah.
honey. Try and chill out. I'm going to try and do the same.
It would be
Uh,
so
If you
neat
guys
to
need
get
me.
a house before you have to move. It would be really
Oh.
neat if that would happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be nice to get some answers. But you know what? I'm just going to take it in stride because I got comfortable for a few weeks and that's what happens. I get comfortable for a few weeks and then something happens. I just need to remember that thing is going to come until I'm settled. You know what I mean? And then once I'm settled, it'll all slow down. Just keep taking it in stride. That's all.
Right on.
That's all. And if you
Right
guys
on.
need me tonight, let me know. I'm just chilling out, so
Okay.
I'm good. All right?
All right.
All right. Good night, everybody. Love
All
ya.
right. Love you. Now, are you two guys going to keep agging each other on for the rest of the day?
It's funny, Lord Kiss Freak and I wind up watching the streamers a lot of times, and we'll tell.
Run into
Although,
each other,
yeah. Oh, did you see so on, so on? Yeah.
and then we chat about it. Or if something goes on, and Ben, this is going on.
Well,
Nice.
I will leave with this. University of Arizona was involved in this, and they made this probe. It was the Mars Climate Observer probe. They were all happy. $16 million went into this thing, and okay, they built this probe, and it burned up somehow, and they're trying to figure out how. Well, it turned out that the probe, the satellite, Yeah, I'll use a tin can because it's close. The satellite, its internal software talked in foot-pounds. But it
What's
never
that?
told it never told foot-pounds for thrust and things like that to
Oh, okay.
adjust. Its telemetry was all in foot-pounds, but they didn't bother to ever send that. It would just send a number. NASA was talking in Newton units, which are kilogram meters. So when NASA started sending up corrections, the satellite, it's used to foot-pounds, and they're sending me in kilogram meters, and they burned the probe up. So I don't know what the moral of that story is. The moral of that story is, I could feel better for not going to University of Arizona. Yeah, it's cheap and tawdry, but you know what? Yeah, I'll take what I can get. So I do hope you guys have a great day.
You too. Thank you, Ben.
Try to behave.
Well, it's not me that needs the behavioral thing today.
Well,
Today I got a out of control jet.
So are you going to shake his tree, you think?
Well, I'm going to go out there and see if he's behaving himself. I do need to get Edgar out of the woods. Poor thing. I couldn't get him to come earlier. He had been running too hard and didn't want to move.
Well, I never a straight answer. Yes, Mr. Boston. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk at you more later.
Okay. Good to see you. Hi, Katie.
It's Jean.
Jean, of course. Of course. What a cutie. All right. Well,
All
thanks so much for coming on.
No problem. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Right on. All right, you guys, I'm going to go check on all those critters. Thank you, Tara. Good to see all y'all. Yeah, hopefully Edgar will come out of the woods. I think if I go out there with some food, he will. Anyway, so that's my story. Hope to see you again next meeting. And until then, peace, y'all.